Hello, people. Hello, everybody. I'm so happy to be here today. So as you can see, I'm Nathalie Bagadet. I'm not Claire. Claire is hiding. She's coming in a minute. Guys, I'm so happy to be here with you because we have an amazing launch plan for today for Claire Boscott's new book. And I'm so pleased to be here, to have been asked to be here to share this event with you guys. So let's welcome Claire, our guest today. Hello, Claire.
Hello.
I'm excited.
How exciting is it to be here today? And thank you so much, Natalie, for sharing this moment with me and with us and with that live stream. And, you know, you're just super duper in all that organizing. And so I thought you would be.
I'm just having some trouble with my drapes.
But we'll make it happen. It'll be magical. And we're going to have a fantastic time this afternoon.
Yeah, sure. And you look so lovely. You look like the queen bee.
A little bit of a queen
bee. So I've heard that you just released the video on your website. Is that right? Or on your page?
It's on here. It's on the clip, actually.
It's on, oh yeah, in the clip section.
Yes.
So I think we should just watch it, right?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Okay, guys, are you ready?
Ready.
And that's the, hold on, I don't see it. Oh yeah, here it is. Are you ready, guys? Let's do it.
True customer service stories through the eyes of a secret shopper. The good, the bad, and the exceptional. Learn how setting up a mystery shopping program, you can improve your employee performance, deliver exceptional customer experiences, and have a thriving business.
Congratulations! So the first question I really need to ask, because I know people will ask it, what is a mystery shopper?
Well, yes, that is a very good question in the first place. So a mystery shopper, it really is somebody anonymously who will go, has been given some information specific about a company and what they need to look for. They will go in anonymously, and then they will report back on all the questions that they've been asked, whether it was the service, whether it was the environment, it was the selling techniques. This is what a mystery shopper is, and this is what mystery shopping is all about.
Oh, cool. So have you been a mystery shopper yourself?
A little bit, you know. So it's been, I think, you know, there's been about 11 years ago, I was working in a hotel. So my background is hospitality. So I've always been in that environment. I think you either love it or hated that hospitality environment. And I loved it. So I kind of continued with it. I traveled, I went to Disney World, I went to England, I did some stuff in France and all that kind of things. And when I was in Jersey, I came back to run a couple of hotels. My last hotel 12 years ago, they used to have mystery shoppers. So mystery guests, you know, like inspectors, they were coming into your hotel and inspecting, you know, to give you those stars, you know, those Michelin stars.
Mm-hmm.
And so I thought, well, surely we should be able to do that locally. And I realized that there was no one in Jersey, our little island of Jersey that we love in the Channel Islands, that we're actually offering that kind of service. So that's where it all started, Natalie. I set up a business, a mystery shopping business, 11 years ago in Jersey. And yeah, it's been quite an amazing journey ever since.
Oh, that looks so good, because I've read your book, and I've read the allusion to this French movie that I know because I'm French, and this movie L'aile ou la cuisse, where you have this inspector, and that of course it's a very, very funny movie. So I'm sure in this book they will find loads of anecdotes, even if they haven't seen the movie, right? They can relate to all the fun moments, because you divided your book into several parts. Which were these parts?
Okay, so we have, you've seen that Western, we talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly. It's a very old film, and we always talk about ugly things in customer service, and I think the more ugliness we gave, the more it brings. So I wanted to have the good, the bad sometimes, and the exceptionals, because the exceptionals breed exceptionals. If you see and you talk about exceptional customer service and exceptional experiences, people will want to do it again. They will want to share that again, and that's bring some more positive energy to talk about the positive rather than talking about the negative in things. And I think it's also the positive. When you look at mystery shopping, one of the things I always say, which is really kind of key to starting a mystery shopping program, is your mystery shopping program to see what they're doing right.
I'm back.
Yes. Hi.
I'm so sorry, people. I have had trouble all morning with my box, and okay, I'm giving up on my box, and now I have my backup plan. So it's less good. The connection is less stable, but I'm here, so I can help you, Claire. Go on with your book lounge.
That's fabulous. It's nice that you're here with us, all the way from France, isn't it? You are.
Yes, exactly. We are so far apart and actually very close. So that's it. I thought we are doing a break to read the first comments that have been starting to come in. So there were some that were before the live sessions. So it's Dawn who said that she pre-ordered her book, or is that a she or he?
Yes, Dawn. Yes, she's bought the book, and Dawn, the book has been posted in the post today. Obviously, it's lunch day, so all the books that have been ordered up to today, and those ones that ordered today, I've had quite a few. Bing, bing, bing today. They'll be posted tomorrow. But Dawn, yours is in the posts.
Oh, that's so lovely. I'm so glad you're living this exciting moment. It's always exciting in book launch. And that's you who said, okay, thank you for your order. Okay, and you shipped it today. Christina is here live. She said, brilliant. Awesome job. Congratulations. Hello, Christina. Thanks for commenting. Evie also is here. Hello, Evie. Get Ella, congratulations. Okay, so you have your friends and supporters who are here for you today. And that's really good that people are commenting, right? Isn't it?
Well, yes, we want to see your comments. Come on, we want to see your comments, because what's happening when people like on the comments, Natalie?
We're going to have giveaway.
Yes.
Plenty of giveaway, okay? So you will, every comment you enter gives us your name, and then we are going to add your names in a software I use, which is Decode. I'm sure many of you have heard of it. And then we are going to draw your name out of the box each time we have a new prize coming. So this first prize, I'm going to mention it a bit later on, so we keep some suspense. And first, I want to ask you this question: why did you write this book?
Well, the reason why, I think I've had it in the back of my mind for quite a long time, actually. And I'm glad to see Tim's little comment there to say he's read it, and it's a great read. It's it feels that it's that feeling as an author. You're writing something and you think, is anybody going to read it and like it, and why am I things? But I've started like a blog quite a few years ago about some of the stories, because I thought the stories are so they make things alive. They make things real. You know, when you talk about customer service, having a story makes it real, rather than just trying to explain. So, and obviously we had a bit of a confinement for the last 5 months. And I thought, well, what better time to do that?
Exactly. It's a good use of time.
Yeah, and so the book is, yes, there's a bit of fun, and when you look at the cover, it's got those fun illustrations that my little niece did for me. But the book is a real business book. It is a business book, and it's here to help businesses improve their customer service delivery by learning from others, by looking at what a story happened, and then there's always a moral to the story where I kind of give a little bit of advice behind it.
I love that. And so who is this book for? I mean, is it only for people who manage industries and who want to know more about the customer, employees or customer relationships? Who is it for?
Well, I think like what you said as well, Natalie, when we spoke, I mean, yes, the mystery shopping programs are very much for organizations who want to understand where their customer service is and how can they improve their service delivery. Putting a program will really kind of help you to really understand what's going on, because you can't be in a business 24/7 and in all the different branches if you've got a large organization. However, small business, sole traders, large business, everybody wants customers, right? And everybody needs to give that great customer service. So in the book, although we are talking about the measurement of customer service, there are a lot of help and a lot of discussion in how to improve the service delivery, whether you're a sole trader or whether you're a large organization, which is what is brilliant about.
I think actually it's even more than that. I'm not running a business with customers. I do, but I meet each of them. It's not like a shop. I'm not holding a shop. But I loved reading about your anecdotes, about your experiences, about I was in your shoes, and that's what I really liked. So I think many levels can relate to what is being written in the book. So I hope you will enjoy it. And so some people confirm, and you mentioned Tim. He said the book is a great read. Read. Yeah.
Thanks, Tim.
Okay, and so we have also Christina. I think Christina already commented. She said, so glad to be here. We can feel her enthusiasm. And again, what a nice surprise. I got the free line to be talkative in the comments. Yes, exactly. Thanks for being here, Christina. Thanks also, Paul. I think Paul must have posted a GIF or an image, and we can't see it here in the studio. So we're going to have the surprise later to know what he posted. But thanks for being here, for joining us, Paul. It's a great pleasure to see you here. So I'm going to mention the first prize then now. I think it's time.
How exciting.
Can you win people? Yes, you know already, don't you? Okay, so there's going to be 3 gives away, and this is the first one. And in the first one, you can get, listen to this, you can get an access to the new program that Claire has just launched. It's a mystery shopper online training. And this access is going to be given to you free of charge if your name is being drawn from the names of the people who commented. Okay, so from the beginning of the show until the draw of the first giveaway, you have a chance to win this prize. Isn't it lovely? You can react in the comments, okay? Because we don't have your immediate reactions here in the studio, and we would love to hear your comments about that. So I repeat the prize. It's a free access to the new Mystery Shopper online training that Claire is providing. So that's really exciting. I think you are lucky to be entering this prize.
I think being a mystery shopper is a lot more than what people think. And there's been, especially 10 years ago, there was a lot of advertising saying, oh, yes, get paid to shop, get paid to shop. And it just gave a kind of the wrong impression that mystery shopping was quite fluffy and quite, I'm just getting paid to shop. Because there is a lot, and there is quite a lot as a mystery shopper that you need to think about. You need to remember. You need to really look what's going on around you. You need to be trustworthy. You need to be dependable. And all those kind of things are really, really important. So to be a great mystery shopper, you really need to kind of take it. It is a job, at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So I thought, I'll just put a little training together for mystery shoppers so they can get a few more things. I may do a bigger one later on. I'm starting doing some videos on YouTube as well. So if anybody wants to learn more, subscribe on YouTube. And I'm going to have some wigs. I'm going to have some hats. I'm going to have mustaches.
I saw that, and that is really something I really loved in your book. It was illustrated with little drawings representing you, like your avatar or something, and one of you with a mustache, and really liked. And who made that for you? Where did you have this idea of having these little characters all throughout the book?
Yeah, it's well, I can see this book being a television series. So if there's any television producers watching this program right here, right now, call me. We're on it.
Not during the live show, but after.
But it's been amazing just to think. I've had that thing in my head, and I talked to my niece who's in Canada, who's called Agant, and she's an illustrator. She's a designer, so she does all those kind of work. I just gave her my idea. This is what I think we could be doing. And the next minute, she comes up with all those little illustrations, and it was just amazing. It was just such a really it was perfect, absolutely perfect. So I'm thinking, yes, let's just continue and do that and use her as a mini-me, really. As a mini.
Okay, I like this idea of mini-me. I love it. Okay, I had another question. Yes, now we are going to ask the people who are in the audience to choose a number between 10 and 80, and that number will give you the number of the page you can read to them or you can talk about to them, okay? And we're hoping it's not a blank page. So people type in any number of page you want between 10 and 80. Let's see which page you are going to talk about. And in the meantime, I'm going to show some of the comments that were posted. So Paul confirms that what he's saying is congrats. So that's really lovely. Christina is having a fingers crossed, of course. Again, she says, I have hospitality experience, so I can relate to the excitement of good customer service, of course.
Yes.
And Evie said, this is what I thought it was.
Yes.
Jill now. A new shopper online training, free of charge, sign me in. Okay? Your name is going to be registered, Jill. Don't worry. Well done, congrats, sister. Is he your big brother? Or is it
no,
figuratively speaking?
It's my Jersey big brother, actually.
No.
We've known each other in Jersey ever since I've moved here, and he's actually moved back to France, Gilles. Good luck with a new job.
Evie adds, it seems fun. It is. Then Tim, he's really pleased that Channel I could interview Claire. So good for you, Claire. Publish an excerpt from the book. And again for the next 2 Tuesdays. So that's really good promotion. I'm so happy for you. Claire, you were really supported by many people who appreciate your work, your expertise on that subject. And we are going to have other experts too in the show in a moment. So really stay tuned. Evie adds, she seems fun. Who? The lady with the mustache?
My little illustration. We'll have to share some later.
Yeah. Like to see you with some mustache. Again, this mustache thing really brought something in the imagination. Congratulations. Me on Netflix too, please. Awesome for Evie. What does he say? 61. Oh, that's the first number of the page. I think the one we're going to pick. So we can start to leaf through the book. Can you show us the book?
Oh, yes, we forgot to show the
It's so beautiful.
And
You
actually,
saw it on social media, but I forgot to ask you. So you're on page 61 now?
I am on page
Okay.
61. It's actually fabulous, page 61. Look, the
Oh,
little.
you have the drawing. Perfect.
Okay, Paul, you've picked a really good page. This is the first story of The Exceptional. Can you steal jewelry? That's the title. Okay, so that was first. I just received an email from my client, a large jewelers, who had just finished a big safety and theft training with their staff and wanted us to go and try to steal something from one of their shops. Wow. Okay, this was taking mystery shopping into a whole new dimension, as this could have had secondary implication we had to think about before the visit. What happens if I get caught? What happens if the alarm is raised and the employee calls the police? What happens if I get filmed on CCTV? Okay, you see where I'm coming from. But after a good conversation with the clients and arranging all the possibilities, I agreed to perform the visit. Tan, tan, tan.
Don't say more. Don't say more. Okay, it's suspenseful now.
How exciting. So you will have to then download the book or to actually be able to read the next the end of the story on page 61.
Okay, people, as a fellow author, because I've published also many books myself, I know that these first hours are really, really critical to the success, the visibility of the book. So even if you don't have the time to read it right now, just download it today. Even if you've ordered a paper copy, because I remind you that Claire is offering you the book, the hard book, for free with if you pay for the shipping. So please just have fun. Order the book on the Kindle page. That only costs you, how much is it in your country?
£2.28. So just over £2. So
$2.28. Okay, and then that's going to help the book be on the charts, be known, be commented upon, and that's really what we wish for you: a great book launch, Claire. So Paul comments. He's saying that it's exciting. I think he wants to know what's next. Okay, Paul. And as about what next, we're going to welcome a new guest in the studio in a few minutes. She's waiting. I see her waiting. And we're going to welcome her just after you answer this question, which is, what do you think are the characteristics needed to be a mystery shopper?
So it's not me answering the questions because I need those. I know that. But what do you think that we need the good characteristic to be a mystery shopper? Come on, give us some. I think I've said a little bit at the beginning of it as well. So it should be quite easy to know. Ooh!
So here she is. I'm going to put her in the big screen. Here she is, and I'm going to put her name, which is here.
Hi,
hello, Sue. Sue Stubbs. Welcome.
Hi.
So you are a mystery shopping user. So
Yes.
can you tell us?
Yes.
Can you introduce yourself and how you came to know Claire? And that would be lovely.
Yeah. Hi. So congratulations on your book, Claire. I'm really pleased for you. It's going to be great, and I'm going to have a good old read of that as well. So I'm Sue Stubbs. I currently am the general manager at the Broad Street Post Office in Jersey. We first got introduced to mystery shopping. It was probably around 15 years ago, prior to Claire being our provider. Mystery shopping was only taking place once a quarter. And it was just one mystery shop, and we never really got any feedback. And then we met with Claire, and Claire's been offering us mystery shopping services for Broad Street Post Office, our sub-post office network, and also our call centre as well. So it's really good, and it's really worthwhile. We enjoy it.
Oh, lovely to see that connection between you two.
Yeah.
And so I was asking the question, what do you think are the good characteristics of a good mystery shopper?
I think understanding what is required and having a good understanding of good customer service initially. I mean, that's the main thing. And different people have different opinions on what good service is. But I think on the whole, so long as you're the retailers are approachable, friendly, smiley, then, you know, all the technical knowledge is also good. But it's just nice to have a friendly, smiley face as well.
Mm.
Yes. And
Well, one
yes,
of my very first clients, I mean, right at the beginning, we kind of started doing the program. We did some training together, and then we started the program. And it's been a decade almost that we've been working together. It's when you think that you always learn by having some results, don't you? And I think that's what is so powerful about the mystery shopping programs.
Yeah, it is.
So that brings me to my next question, which is, why is it such a great tool to use? Maybe that's can relate again.
So initially, so prior to Claire becoming involved, the team weren't really sure what the mystery shopping was for. So we with the help of Claire, put together a presentation for each of the departments, explained the positives behind it. So I think their perception was they're using mystery shopping, it's going to be a tool to beat us with, you know, it's not going to be a positive thing. And they were a little bit apprehensive. So what we did with the work and with the help of the team as well, we designed the scoring system, which was weighted on different aspects of the transaction. We also put some incentives for the team. So if they scored between 95 and 99%, they got £25 cash. And if they scored 100%, they got £100. So the engagement from the team was, you know, it was really good. And, you know, and what the initial things we used to use it for was if we had a new product or a new service and we wanted to make sure that us as a management team and as a business had given the staff that particular information, we could then see more if it was for if we had given that correct information for them. So sorry.
It's okay. It's live sessions. It's always fun.
So, yeah, so that was, I mean, that was our main thing, was to get the team engaged and make sure that they had all the tools that they needed to do their transactions.
Mm-hmm. Is that a mystery shopper passing by? No.
I didn't have the hat and glasses on.
Exactly.
Sorry.
We could see her face. So, you mentioned that there was a first initial wary reaction to this idea, and where are they now? How do they feel about that today?
So I mean, particularly with the call centres, they sometimes have a little bit of banter between themselves, saying, I think that was a mystery shopper that called. And, I say, what was the scenario? And they're like, but it wasn't one of the scenarios. So they're consciously not suspecting that it's a mystery shopper, but they're always aware that they need to be giving good service. And, you know, it's quite good. And it's looked on positively by the team. But we, in later years, we also designed an incentive scheme as well, which tied into bonus related incentives as well. So that's tied in with what we require as an organisation and the behaviours that the staff should be displaying in terms of being friendly, smiley, and we can check on that as well. So it's all good.
Yeah, it's moved quite a lot as well from the beginning, isn't it? I think the beginning was kind of the measurement of the basics, and as we moved, along through the years, it became a lot more in depth, a lot more different kind of scenarios, so we could check what training was done, and then new standards came up, and then you wanted to check that and all that, and that's what is so evolving with it, because you evolve so much from when we started to this year kind of thing. So it's been it's a great journey to be on.
Definitely.
You're always looking at, you're always finding out new things that you can improve on. and celebrate, because that's that makes what
And what I think is really interesting in what you said, Sue, is that it's starting to be a game now. It's like a game. So it's they're trying to guess if they had a mystery shopper call, or and I think it can be made easier to know that, let's pretend every customer is a mystery shopper.
Yes.
So then how could I excel the expectations placed on me each time? I think that's really, I like this idea of being fun and making the best out of the situation.
But of course, the staff are aware of how they should be behaving with customers, what their products and services are. So they're aware of what they should be doing, and they're excelling. And we had some really good results. So we could tell when we brought a new product in, the technical knowledge potentially was a little bit lower, but over the course of the months doing the mystery shopping, we can say, okay, well, it's obviously working. They're getting the correct information, and it's all good. And
how did you use these results? How did you you studied the results, and then how did you use them? Did you immediately react on that, or was it long term? How did you manage?
So the results that we had, it was on a couple of levels. So we had the main graph results, so you could visually see in the different areas. So opening the call, interaction and rapport, technical knowledge, any upselling, and then closing the transactions. There was 5 steps really that we would focus on, and then we would display that just as an overall for the department to see where we were scoring. And then Claire and her team would give in-depth comments and where they thought the things went well and where improvements could be made. So we would sit with the team on an individual basis and give them that feedback and see what their experiences as well. So we get feedback from them on how they could have done things differently. So it works really well.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah, and that's as well. So
yeah. So you had this program, this mystery shopper program, to improve your customer experience, your customer service. What else do you do in your company? You mentioned other programs. Can you go deeper into that?
So we also do, because we're quite a big company. It's very diverse. We've got delivery officers. We've got different departments. The majority are customer facing. We tied it into a sales incentive scheme where we were focusing more on the upselling. So that didn't go across every department, but we looked into, okay, so what products and services do we need the team to be selling, and then setting scenarios around that and scoring on that basis as well. And at the end of the day, it improves the bottom line.
Okay, I was reacting to a comment I received. So let's just check the comments just for a minute, and then I'm going to ask you some more questions, and maybe Claire wants to react too. So when I asked what could be the characteristics of a good mystery shopper, Christina proposed diplomacy. I like that, because of course sometimes, if you are too diplomatic, then you don't really get what you're looking for.
Yeah, diplomacy is no. I'd say it's more that objectivity that is very important in the mystery shopper. You're coming in with an objective view, you reacting to what's happening, you saying the story as it is, and really there's no, unless you've been asked actually how did you feel about that, which sometimes you ask possibly towards the end of the questionnaire. But a very important part of it is to be completely objective. This is what happened. This is how it happened, and this is how I've seen it from my point of view. So it's objectivity is quite a big one in that. Yeah, definitely.
And so Sarah is joining us. She says, "Congratulations, Claire! How exciting! Well done." Anna too, she's congratulating you on your new book. And then I have a question for Sue from the team. And this question is, does Jazzy Post do mystery shopping with their posties?
So we didn't roll it out to the delivery offices as such, but we did. We used to do leaflet drops. And some customers were saying perhaps when they're not getting their leaflets. So we did have Claire's mystery shoppers, and we were making sure that those were being delivered timely, because obviously businesses are paying for the advertising. So that's what we did in terms of the posties. But that was something we did talk about, Claire, wasn't it? We did think about it and just how to roll it out. But we, with a couple of hundred staff, it was the wheels were in motion. It was just trying to get that bottomed out, really. So, but yeah, it's a good point, good question.
And
it's a really good question.
Yeah,
we did a little project, didn't we, when you were starting the new boxes, the pickup boxes?
Yes.
Collection boxes, sorry.
Yeah.
In terms of how do they work? Is that understandable? Is that working? That was a project as well.
Yeah.
When you're starting a new project or you're launching a new project, a good way, using mystery shopping to actually make sure that it's working, make sure that it's your website is working or your calls are being answered, and that's a really good way to check that it's before you launch it properly.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, that's really interesting discussion. I would like to go deeper into that. But would you recommend to companies to do that kind of program? Do you think it would fit any company, or is it really specific to your kind of companies? What is your thought about it? What are your thoughts about that?
Is that for me? Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, I was just thinking, do you think this service you said, this mystery shopping stuff, do you think it only fits a company such as yours, which is big, which is a service company, or do you think it could fit any kind of companies?
I think it could fit any kind of company, particularly where you've got, anything service related. Where businesses are offering customers a product or a service, and it's that whole customer experience overall. I think even with doctors and dentists, there's options there for mystery shopping, but anything in the service industry, and a lot of things are moving online. So particularly with web chat is something that we talked about as well, wasn't it, Claire? Looking at how our staff are interacting by email, by web chat, and our customers getting the first responses that they need.
Yeah, there has been a huge talking to other of my colleagues in the industry during the confinement. Obviously, mystery shopping has stopped completely, the face-to-face operational, but of the companies have increased in terms of their online presence, the visibility, and the telephone and the chat box and that kind of thing. So it was actually quite quick how the businesses responded to the pandemic, and although we stopped the face-to-face, there was other things that kind of came up, and to make sure that it's working really, from the website point of view, online point of view. And all the new communications that it opened, that the pandemic opened a whole brand way of communicating with the customers. So suddenly you want to make sure that experience is just as good as the other experiences around it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Do you think other people in the audience have interesting questions they could ask maybe Sue, as she's soon going to leave us, so we don't want to hold her for too long. But if you have interesting questions such as teams, don't hesitate to ask them in the chat now, as she's still here with us. And I think this subject is really interesting, and to see that you've used this service, that you're very happy about it, and about your relationship with Claire too. That's obvious. You can feel the esteem between you two. I think this is a really clear example of what people could use a mystery shopper for. I think, thank you so much for being here with us as a witness to that great experience.
That's my pleasure. Thank you.
I should have put mystery shopping advocate rather than user, because you are really advocates, and I think that the more
that's the step ahead.
The more the leadership really take it into, really want it to happen, the better the program is going to become. So it really needs to be kind of yes, this is we understand what measuring is going to give us and how we can improve it, and the more backup you get from kind of your the higher in the organization, the more you're going to be able to really kind of drive that customer centricity in a business, and that focus into really putting the customers in the middle of everything that you do, and your employees, because you've done an amazing work with your employees, really over the last decades. You can see, you walk through the post office and you've got happy people all around, and it's really lovely. You've done a great job with the atmosphere that you have within the environment of the post office.
Thank you.
I think it's cool to see that Sue actually was at the beginning just a user. She didn't know she was trying this stuff, and then she became, as you said, an advocate. She was really so enthusiastic about the result that she went further. That's really, I hope you get many more advocates watching this program, reading your book. And I've put a little ticker below how they could set up their own program using your training. So I think that's cool. I don't see any more comments. You had some comments that were good, that like Paul who said, "Oh, I downloaded the Kindle version." So that's lovely. Christina who said, "That's so interesting, makes sense. Thank you for explaining." Thank you, Christina, for commenting. And I think you gave us some links, Claire. So I don't see any
just Natalie,
questions for Sue. Just a comment from Christina.
You just mentioned you just mentioned how to set up your own program, which is something again that over the pandemic, with closing down and stopping the whole operation of the mystery shopping, before that I would have said use a mystery shopping companies, because the mystery shopping company give you the rotation of shoppers, give you a different demographic, but you've got several companies who are doing it themselves, and sometimes they don't actually really know how to develop a program, and so they're not quite doing it right, and then it doesn't work, and then they think, oh well, this thing doesn't work. So I thought, actually, for those smaller companies who wanted to try to do it themselves, this is why I've created that online course for the smaller company who wanted to try to do it themselves, just bearing in mind that actually you do need to, think about what type of shoppers, how are you training them, the people who are going to come into your shop, the questionnaire, how are you making it, how are you creating it, how are you designing it, what kind of answers you're going to get, and those kind of things are really big steps. When we created the program with Sue, I mean, we've changed it several times as well, moving along the year, just to adjust it to make sure that we were getting the right questions for the right, information that you can do something about it. So, this little online course that I created, it really is for the smaller businesses who want to try to do it themselves. And then if you need a company to help you, please just check out MSPA, which is the Mystery Shopping Provider Association, professional association. They will. I'm a member for the last 10 years. There are lots of mystery shopping companies out there, and you need to be sure that you're going to work with somebody who's going to do the best. Work with ethical conduct, best practice. So if you're looking for a company, go MSPA. Either Europe, Africa, or if you're Asia Pacific or America, and then look at mystery shopping companies on their website, and you can browse and see who you want to work with and have conversations with them. But I will always kind of suggest you go through the MSPA to find a new company to help.
And I think it's really a good time to do that, because these times are changing. It sounds like a poem, but actually it's true. We are living really changing times, and it's a good moment to set up these kind of experiences. I think we have time to think about that and to change what we want to change in our companies. So I think it's really great. Thanks for sharing the links. I see you sharing the links in the comments, Claire. That's lovely. So Sue, I think we're just going to say thank you for being here with us, for joining in this great book lounge. Thanks for sharing your experience and for being such an enthusiastic advocate of mystery shopping. It was a pleasure having you in the studio.
Thank you. All the best.
See you
See you
soon.
later. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay, so let's go back on equal footing. And I'm going to go back to reverse. Yes, I'm used to being here on this side. So now we have more amusement planned. In a few minutes, we have planned the first giveaway. I just want to be sure I haven't forgotten anyone. I had typed all the people in the page and it's gone. Okay, I have to do it all again. So in the meantime, Claire, could you please tell us something exciting about your book? And then in the meantime, I can retype all the names I have already typed in the drawing.
I think Christina had said 11 on one of the comments. So page 11. So shall I just... 11
exactly. I'm adding this on if I can find it. Yeah, that's Christina here.
There's another little illustration.
Perfect.
You can see hiding behind the newspaper, just to make sure you can't see her, only the eyes. And actually, that page 11 is why mystery shopping. So it kind of, starts talking about, the real reason why would a business actually do that. So it's all about seeing the biggest picture, because service is intangible. Customers' recollection of the transaction is their reality, their attitude and feelings, their physiological state. It helps them to decide if they want to do business with you again. We seek pleasure and avoid pain. So we tend to return to companies to meet or exceed our requirements and avoid the one that causes pain. How many times are you going to return somewhere where you were given bad customer service? I mean, back in the days when I started, we used to say one bad customer service will tell 15 people. Well, nowadays, one bad customer service will tell 5,000 people, 15,000 people. With the internet, with the phones, with our, social media, you cannot afford to give a bad customer service. A bad experience will go much further than what you think. And this is really key to customer service. And, sometimes, you kind of forget it. You get on and you do the sales and you do this and you do that and you get on with it. And you forget to actually really care for your customers. The person who's in front of you is paying your wage. When you're employees, they need to remember that. And oh boy, have we not noticed that during that pandemic? Suddenly there was no business. We had to shut things. We had to close down. Employees had to be, put on the side, and, they had to stop working. So, this is reality. If we have no business, no customers through our doors, we have no business. So we need to take care of them.
Yeah, I so agree with that. And I think nobody disagrees, actually. I think it's kind of obvious. I just want to welcome Lisa. I'm not sure I'm pronouncing well. I'm so sorry if it's not the... Lisa? Yeah, and
Malaysia.
Yes. Oh, very far away. And so she's joined. I've just added her to the people who've already commented for the giveaway. So I'm going to put in the comments all the people I've added for the giveaway. So please tell me if I've forgotten anyone. So I've put Dawn, Christina, Evie, Ila, Tim, Paul, Gilles, Sarah, Anna, Lisa. I hope I haven't forgotten anyone. If I have, please just write your name or comment, and then I will add your name before I'm drawing the first prize. Since you don't have the same first name, I can just have your first name, which is easier and I think a bit warmer to put in the draw. I think things are going well. I'm going to share my screen.
Roll.
Yes, I don't have a drum roll. Okay, so maybe before I share the screen, shall I remind them of what they are going to win, or one of them is going to win? It's a free admission to your brand new program of how to become a mystery shopper. So this program, I think it's a real gift you're giving them. And so now let's do the screen sharing. I promised. Here it is.
It's coming.
So as you can see, I've chosen Decode, which is a nice program to use. I'm not sure I'm going to go there so that you can see. Here are all the names I've entered. So Dawn, Christina, Evie, Ella, Tim, Paul, Gilles, Sarah, Anna, Lisa. For the first draw, I'm going to erase them after the first draw, and so you can all participate again for the second prize. And here you can I can check the make a unique random selection, which I'm going to do in a minute. Are you ready, people?
Woo!
Yoo-hoo! I press hit. And here you have the winner, and the winner is Sarah.
Yay!
So Sarah, we are so pleased to tell you that you have won the first prize indeed. I hope you're really happy. Congratulations. And so what we suggest is, I forgot to put the banner. I've lost all my mind. Was so excited. So that was the first giveaway, and I suggest, Sarah, you contact the Busy Queen Bee, which is Claire, with your address, your name, everything. What's needed, Claire?
Sorry, what did you say? What?
What does she need to write to you about? What does she need to give you as information to get the prize?
Just to put first giveaway in the title, and then I'll know what it is.
Okay, perfect. So again, congratulations, Sarah. We're so happy for you. But don't despair, people, because now you can enter the second prize. And of course, because we quite planned this event, haven't we? We have made the second prize even better. Yes, it's possible, even better than the first one. So you can enter the second prize right now. Everybody who is going to comment right now can be entered into the second prize, and I'm going to tell you what it is about soon. I'm not a mystery shopper, but I'm a mystery writer and MC. So I'm keeping some suspense. So what time is it right now? For you people, it should be closing on to 3. In France, we are getting closer to 4. We're always advanced, our French people. I'm kidding, of course, don't worry. So we're going to welcome in a few minutes. We still have some time to talk together. We're going to welcome our next guest, who is a secret guest. Only she's so secret that I don't see her on my screen for the moment. So I hope she's really going to come soon.
Yes.
Oh, yes. When you say that, actually it happens. So I've seen our mystery guest coming in the studio, and soon we will talk to this mystery guest. So in the meantime, Claire, what do you want to talk about? Are you excited? Is it going the way you planned? Are you happy?
Well, it's been quite an amazing start, of the day, and I went for a little walk this morning and watching the sun get up, wake up, sunrise, and then I came back and did a few things, and actually just gone and checked the Amazon site, just check where the book was, in terms of the ranking that we were talking about. And then I click on it and saying, hot new release. And I'm thinking, I haven't seen that before. So I click on hot new release, and guess what?
You were first!
So Claire Boscott was there as a hot new release. The Secret Diary of a Mystery Shopper is a hot new release for the customer service in Kindle in the customer service topic. So this is just amazing. And thank you everybody for really kind of downloading the book and being there. So that's really perfect. So yes, it's been a really fun day, and I went to the post office and I posted all the books, all the people who already pre-ordered their books. So everybody, you will have your book very soon. It's all going into very nice hands of Jersey Post, and then it'll be dispatched depending on the countries, which is very exciting. So yes,
looking forward to unpacking, and I say we, because of course I'm expecting mine soon. So okay, I will tell you how long it takes for the Jersey Post to go to France. So we have some comments ever since I started the new prize, and I think for the moment the only person who is entering this prize, so who is going to be a winner if that continues this way, Christina. I think she's a huge fan. Okay, isn't she? Because she says, congrats, she realizes there's going to be a second prize and that she has all her chances to win for the moment, Christina, because I'm sure some other people will join. And she says she's from Transylvania, so Dracula trained her with mystery patience. Is that a threat I can see in this comment, Christina? And so that brings me to another question I wanted to ask you. Do you think it can be felt as a threat for a business to receive this mystery shopper? Do you think each time they have something that goes bad, because it happens, you have some really annoying customers sometimes, do you think they immediately think, it must be a mystery shopper? What can we do to help erase this idea, erase this tendency maybe?
Absolutely. And I think that the problem, and what was back in, when I started 10, 11 years ago, it has that kind of connotation that mystery shopping was a real, bashing on the head, that we were doing it to get, give, bad points and, tell people off because they had a bad score. And really kind of a mystery shopping program, when you're creating the mystery shopping program, has to actually be rolled out internally before it's rolled out externally. So, it really needs to be transparent. You give the questionnaires to the employees. Yes, you do give the questionnaires to the employees. You're not trying to trick them. You want them to do a great job. This is part of your training. So a program needs to be very transparent. And the more transparent you are, like at Jersey Post, they were a bit worried, what's that mystery shopping all about? And now they're really enjoying it, to the point where they actually, have a bit of a leaderboard between them, knowing who's going to get, the best score. And so the more open and the more transparent you are about your program, the better it is. Really, your employees will really get engaged with them and make them part of it. When you're creating a questionnaire, what is it? Ask them, what's important, what do you think we should take about? The more involvement people are, the better they will embrace the program. So yes, it's an absolutely, we need to be transparent to really embrace, and it needs to be very clear that it's here to celebrate success, is here to look at how can we improve our service delivery. It's here to celebrate, and it's also here to identify gaps. So when you're identifying that something isn't quite right, that means that you can actually give extra training, or you can make this work better. And isn't it powerful to be able to think that your company is actually spending money to make you better at what you do? It's amazing, isn't it? It's very powerful when,
I think this is the key. This is the key. It's not to trick them. It's not to spy on them. It's to help them and to help the business as a whole. So when you say you have to be transparent, I think that's really the key. If you don't do this behind our back, which could be what people, expect from people doing mystery shopping, then it's perfect. It works well. It's a good tool. It's a tool to make your business better. And I think to better emphasize this idea, our next guest will be showing us what a good mystery shopper is. But before we welcome them, I like to tease, I would like to tell the people what they can expect as the second prize. Would you like that? And can you show us? Because I think you actually can show us the second prize.
I will show you. Look at this. This is my perfume. Yes, this is my little perfume, which is called Eau d'Abeille.
I don't know why.
Actually, yeah, it's
why Eau
perfume,
d'Abeille?
right? So it's yeah, it was actually, Natalie, you know what? We're also celebrating this month. We're celebrating my business, 11 years in business this year. And so it's been an amazing kind of journey. And last year, to celebrate the decade, I wanted to do something a little bit different. And I always talk about, my love for Feng Shui and for the environment and how the environment affects people. I wanted to do something to actually, when you walk in somewhere, it smells nice, it looks nice, you can hear some great music. And this is what connects you on an emotional level. And so with my little brother, or my big brother, the real one.
Not Tim this time.
We started thinking about how can we connect with our customers on a more deeper emotional level. And this is where it was. It was about creating an ambiance, creating a perfume which will connect with you and actually make you feel good, make you smell good. And so we started that journey with a nez from Grasse, Rosalie, who's been an amazing with the whole project and the experience that we've had. And we created that perfume and launched it last September, for my 10th anniversary. So it's been a year. Isn't it cool just to have your own perfume and never have my perfume ever again? You see.
and can you tell us what are the flavors? Is that the correct name, the correct word for what you can smell when you smell it? I'm sure there's honey.
Yeah. Aromas. Well, it's not quite. It's quite. The main flower is jasmine and jasmine sambac. It's really kind of. It's got that gorgeous kind of smell to it, and then we have a little bit of freesia and yang yang, which gives that kind of exotic smell, and then you've got a bit of bergamot and ocean breeze, because obviously I'm on an island. You need to have a little bit of ocean breeze, which gives that freshness to the perfume. And then right below, on the base note, you have vanilla, you have some bit of musk, ambroxan. So those are the kind of things who are deeper and put all the perfume together. So it is fabulous. It really is just gorgeous as a perfume. And I will put in the comment for anybody who does not actually, who isn't going to be winning the perfume, and do you want to to get a bottle, you can get a bottle and buy it online. But one happy winner will get a bottle of perfume from Eau d'Abeille.
Can I join in? No, I can't. That's against the rules, unfortunately. I've added in the comment, I've added a question, because really don't hesitate to provide us feedback about the quality of this live session. As I said before, I have some trouble with my box, which really crashed just 5 minutes before the show. And so I'm connected using my phone, and that's not as powerful as it should be. And sometimes I'm not so sure that the mic is functioning very well. So really give us some insightful feedback. It can help us bring you the best experience possible. And also about the questions you would like to see asked, etc. Please give us your feedback, so then you can also play being mystery, not so mysterious shopper. Okay, thank you so much in advance. So now I think I've already teased enough. I think it's time to welcome our second guest.
Yeah.
But I'm still going to be teasing, I'm afraid, because actually I can't give you, I can't give you the name of this guest. And I can't even show her face because she is a mystery shopper. Hello, so we're going to call you Catherine, which of course is not your real name. How are you, Catherine?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, sure, perfect.
Excellent, excellent. I was listening to Claire there. You're doing very well, Claire.
Oh, thank you, Catherine. You've been a mystery shopper with me for quite a while, Catherine, haven't you?
Yeah, and I've enjoyed it. I can honestly say that I have enjoyed it. I retired from work in communications and customer service and all sorts of television, all sorts of different avenues. But I didn't want to go out of the workplace, if you like. I still wanted to engage with people. I still wanted to keep what I like to call the little grey cells. Poirot would say, I wanted to keep the little grey cells active. So when I heard that you were looking for mystery shoppers, I thought that sounds interesting. I don't know what it is. And the rest, as they say, is history.
That's lovely. So, how did you get involved with mystery shopping? You said you didn't want to really lose foot in that circle, but actually, how did it happen? How did you find this position as mystery shopper?
Well, I heard that indirectly, I think from a friend, that Claire was looking for people. And I went on, found the website and got in touch. Claire said, come and have a coffee, which we did. And I think she explained to me, you know, what it was about, but it was still a little bit of a mystery to me. The thing that I left that meeting with a feeling of, this woman's going places. She's entrepreneurial, she's a go-getter, and I think she's going to make something of this business. And I wanted to be a very small part of it. And I love trying new things. I'm not blind to my to my weaknesses, but I also know my strengths. And I could talk for Jersey. So it's quite useful to have that knack that you can engage with people at every level in society. It doesn't matter whether you're talking to the lady that cleans the toilets or the boss of a restaurant. You still need to be able to engage on the same level with the same amount of respect. And I've always found that I can do that. Many things I can't do, but that's one thing I can do. So my immediately before I retired, my work was with the government in communications. And this is a part of communications, customer service, training, communications. They all sort of dovetail in together. I think Claire would agree with that. And I think that's why I started down this road. And the first couple of projects that I had were very strange. You know, I thought, gosh, I'm not sure whether I can do this, you know. But I persevered and well, Claire kept me on, so I must have been doing something right.
I have to say, I have challenged you a few times, didn't I, Moya, as well?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. You know, you have kind of some visits which, you know, are more normal, if I can say normal is, you know, maybe not be the word, but, you know, a more everyday kind of an experience, you know, as if you were going shopping yourself. But then we have pushed the boundaries a few times, didn't we? When I've wired you with a camera one day and you had to do a visit with a video camera.
I had to wear, I think I had to wear a blouse that belonged to Claire.
A black what? I didn't hear, sorry. What did you wear?
A blouse that belonged to Claire, and it was too small.
we would so much love a picture, but actually we have one in our heads already.
Definitely not. Yeah, I mean, some visits are obviously more challenging than others. Some you walk away and you think, "Gosh, that went tremendously well." That if everything went according to plan and the people were wonderful, and you know that you can give a really glowing report. I mean, that's the best, because that's what the client wants to hear. But invariably you will come across bad service and people that haven't been trained, and you think, oh my gosh, these people need help, and I know just the woman who's going to do it. So
what would you say the percentage, really approximatively, is of good experiences you had as a mystery shopper versus bad experiences? Do you think it's more? I think it's more good experiences, according to what you said.
I would say, Natalie, that was probably about 50-50, because but one thing I might say actually is, I think, Claire, I've been with you about 3 years, something along those lines.
Oh, more than that, more, yeah.
Is it? Oh, right. Okay. Well, I think when I joined, I think the percentage of bad reports was probably higher. And we haven't done any this year to speak of. Not very many, but just at the end of last year, I would say that it seems to be getting better, if that's possible. I think training is so important, and we all know, we've been into shops and the shop assistants don't have time to serve us because they're chatting to their friend about the nail varnish that they've got on. We've all been there. And it's infuriating, and I haven't had so many of those experiences in recent months. I have to say, to be honest.
Great. And I think you're becoming a mystery shopper all the time, don't you? That's the thing about that job. You kind of automatically look for things. You look for great, the way they've done this, and and my was. When I started the business, was only about 7 or 8, and she used to love the fact that she could be a mystery shopper. She had a little pad and she used to write the names of people down, and which now data protection would be really against it. But it's funny how you really get into it, and I think that's what another real characteristic of a mystery shopper is. You're doing something for somebody else. You're feeling, it's a pride of yourself that what you're doing is actually going to improve their service delivery. It's just quite magic when you do that, isn't it?
Yeah, it absolutely is. And I think the British traditionally have been not really very good at complaining. They accept mediocre service until such point, at which point they probably blow and have a really bad argument in a shop or a restaurant or what have you. I can't speak for the French, but I think we
tend to be more volatile.
Well, I think we're better at it than we used to be, and I don't mean getting angry or anything like that. I think we're better at saying, no, I'm awfully sorry, this isn't what I ordered, or do you think I could probably pull you away from your friend? My car's in the car park and the disc is running out. There are ways of doing it without making it confrontational. Hopefully, we don't get. But I think we've improved.
Yeah, and I think you said that very nicely as well. It is so important to be able to give feedback to a company. As a company, you cannot, I'm going to say that again, cannot improve your service or improve anything if you haven't been told if something needs to be improved. So if people leave a restaurant or a shop and they had a bad experience and they leave without saying anything, that company is never going to know that it wasn't right in the first place. And that's just a big thing now. You've got lots of Facebook groups about bad and good service and this and that, and people having a right moan. And well, actually, if you're getting something and it's not quite right, give a feedback there and then. Don't wait to go online and have a moan. Just tell the organization that this would have been better like this, or can you think about doing that? Give that feedback so they can improve. So it's not about complaining, it's about giving the feedback. The complaint only comes when you're not doing anything about it. And this becomes a complaint, isn't it?
I think that's absolutely right. If they don't know that there's anything wrong, the only way they might perhaps know that something is wrong is when sales are down or bookings are down. But if they don't know that there's something wrong with the service that customers are getting in their establishment, they can't put it right. It's as simple as that. And the other thing that springs to mind is if you don't mention it to the people where the problem originated, you will go and tell your friends. And that does them an awful lot more damage, especially in a small environment like an island.
Exactly.
They will tell your friends and you will say, oh, for heaven's sake, don't go there. It was dreadful, blah, blah, blah. And I think I've got an example. I don't know if you wanted to hear this one. I don't know if you've ever heard this one from me, actually. Have we time, Natalie?
We want to know. We want to know.
Well, I have a group of friends who we used to work together, and we still meet for birthdays, events, Christmas, etc. And we have lunch, or we have supper, or whatever. And it was my birthday, I think it was a couple of years ago, and I chose to make a booking for about 6 or 7 of us on the terrace of a restaurant, I won't mention the name, a hotel restaurant overlooking a beautiful bay in Jersey. And it had recently been refurbished, and it was gorgeous, actually. So we arrived there, 12:30, whatever, and we sat down. To be fair, the service wasn't great when we sat down, but we're having plenty of laughs and jokes and what have you. And eventually somebody came and said, can I get you some drinks? We ordered our drinks and we asked for a jug of water, not bottled water, just tap water. And it took about 25 minutes for the drinks to come, but okay, and the water didn't come. And I think I had to ask 3 times for the water to actually come. And this is not the main part of this story, but that's something that I find more and more often. If you're in a group, the pressure is put on the group to drink. Water isn't really earning them any pennies, so they'll bring lots and lots of alcohol or soft drinks, but they will not, unless you force the issue, bring a jug of water. So that was the first thing. Anyway, we got it in the end, and it took about another hour for the meals to start coming, and they came one by one. And this is rather strange. And mine, eventually 5 of us got our meals, and I didn't get mine. It just never came. And I kept saying, is my meal coming? And they said, yes, it's just coming. Can we get you more drinks? So I started to get irritated. My friends were trying to slow down their eating so I wasn't left eating alone. But they finished, and I still haven't had my meal.
Oh no,
so, that was your birthday.
Oh, my birthday. So I said, look, I'm sorry, this is just not good enough. What is going on? And they'd obviously been told to keep saying, push the drinks, push the drinks. And I said, look, I don't want any more drinks. I want my meal. And they said, okay. And I said, look, just get me the manager. Where is the manager? Oh, yes, we'll go and find her. Nothing. They didn't come back with it. I went and found the manager. And I said, what's going on? I just don't understand what is going on. All my friends have finished eating, and I keep being told that my meal is coming. It's just leaving the kitchen. She apologized, and she told me that they had a problem in the kitchen, and could she get more drinks for the table? So I think that was the final straw. I don't lose my temper very often, and I didn't lose it on that occasion. But by golly, I came close.
We can imagine. But maybe if you had drunk, No, I'm kidding. I'm so sorry about what you experienced and the fact that they wanted to push you to drinking, especially as we know, sometimes we have to slow down when we're a group. That's annoying,
Well,
and so I can so relate to that, even in France.
I mean, in the end, the manager has said to me, "Oh, we'll take a little something off the bill." And I said, "What bill? You are not giving me a bill, any of it." No, you're quite right. And I thought it really, just talking to this manageress who was very young and very sweet, but just talking to her really wasn't very good. So I found the name and address of the area manager, and I just did a little note to them. And I have to say that she was brilliant. She picked up on it, she researched it. She said, "I can't apologize enough. Please bring your friends and have an afternoon tea on us." All of which, yes, that's exactly the response that I should have got.
Exactly.
But it still didn't make my birthday any good. I mean, we laugh about it now. My friends always say that day when we had that terrible experience, but I don't want another one of those.
Right.
It's a good job you went on mystery shopping then.
I'm sorry?
It's a good job you went on mystery shopping then that day.
Well, this goes back to what you just said, Claire. You do start thinking, thinking about the questionnaire and thinking, well, how many times have I asked for this? And did she really say that? Because obviously keeping your memory is very important when you're doing mystery shopping. And being open to the environment, the lighting, all that sort of stuff is very important. And you tend to start thinking that way after a while. And I can't say that I've actually been back to that establishment. We did have the afternoon tea. And believe it or not, the service still wasn't very good.
Yeah. So actually, they do need a mystery shopper service, and they do need to think about that.
Absolutely, they do.
But,
so I'm going to interrupt you, ladies, for a few seconds just to have some comments, because I haven't yet have time to welcome our new participant, who is DK Bakshe. What's DK? What does DK stands for? Do you know, Claire?
No, I think I've always called you DK, really.
DK, okay.
All the way from Singapore.
Okay. And so he's congratulating you. He or she? That's a he, right?
Yes.
I can't see the picture very well. I think it's a he. And Christina is loving the idea of the mystery guest. That's really something. When you told me about your book launch, Claire, I was so enthusiastic about having a mystery guest. That was perfect with the launching of a mystery shopper book, the diary of the mystery shopper. Secret Diary of a Mystery Shopper. And DK is also loving it. He thinks you're a go-getter, and he calls you Miss Energy. We do. We are many of us do call you Miss Energy.
He's Mr. Energy. When you speak to DK, he's Mr. Energy because he has got quite a lot of energy in himself. And the two of us are talking. It was quite buzzing on
your children were
on stage. The energy was shiny.
So he loves watching, hearing the good stuff. He wishes you good luck, and yes, he confirms he is a man. And Tim has a question for you, Claire. So you've done a lot of business in the East. You have a different approach to mystery shopping to the West. That's really, Tim, a great question. So can you answer it, Claire? And maybe our mystery shopper can too.
So the approach itself, when it comes to the core of mystery shopping, should be the same anywhere in the world. However, as you go around, and I've been traveling quite a bit the last couple of years between China, Malaysia, Asia, the Philippines, Mumbai, you do realize that people's expectations are different. And, so when you're actually creating a program or you're trying to really develop their service delivery, you really need to understand their customers' expectations. And there's a big thing as well behind. So we do the mystery shopping. Yes, this is a great program. But for a company to really assessing their customers and understanding their customers, asking them questions to understand what's expected, what do they like, what don't they like, is a really good and important part of that market research for the company to give great service to their customers. So, there was a little story. I was in India for a conference, and it was a tea break. And so you've got 200 people in the room going for a cup of tea. You know how it is, cup of coffee, everybody's queuing. And I wanted a mint tea, the beautiful mint tea that they do down there. So she poured the tea, she's about to give me the cup, and then she brings the cup back, and she stops, and then she goes, and I'm thinking, where are you going? I want my cup of tea. Come back. No. And then she's gone a good 5 minutes. So I'm hanging about. I've got a queue behind me of people kind of waiting. And she comes back and she said, I'm sorry, the water was too dark. I wanted to give you a fresher one. This is quite incredible, isn't it, when you really think about it, that attention to details. And so, different companies, different countries have their ways to do things, but the core of the service is really kind of really important. And then you can enhance in different things. And this is the beauty. This is why I love working with organizations around the world, because you're really understanding their culture and you can help them, in the different ways, but in their ways as well, depending on their culture. It's amazing. Thanks, Tim.
Yeah, that's really interesting. Maybe we should have a last question for our mystery guest, Catherine, before she goes, because we have a timing, right? Don't we? And yes. So, Catherine, I understand you've read the book. Which part did you relate the most to, or the most with? I'm not so sure about which word I should put after relate, but which part really rang a bell?
Well, I think all the stories, Natalie, the stories that mystery shoppers have given Claire. But just before I go to that, what you were just talking about just then, about how service differs around the world. Mm-hmm. Can I just interject one thing there? And yeah. I've always been tremendously impressed. I mean, not 100%, obviously, but overall, the North America, the USA, have got it so much better than us. I've found the service there. They don't feel, being in a service industry, serving people meals, shopping, whatever, they don't feel it's a lower level job. They think that they're proud to be doing that job, and they are trained to be like that. I always quote an example of Disney. When you walk backstage at the one of the big parks, the Disney parks, when you go backstage where the employers go, you walk in and you have all the rooms. When you're walking out to start your job or your shift or whatever, there's a note on the door that says, "You are now going on stage. Where's that smile?" And that to me says it all. Put the smile on, you're on show, you're there to do a job, and you love it. Please.
Yeah, absolutely.
Totally. They seem to have got the culture of the service industry so much better than we have. But hey, it can't be all bad because it keeps Claire in business.
So much for you. Oh, yes. Catherine, for being here.
That's Catherine. And so Catherine, can you just very quickly mention the something you related about the stories, all the stories? Is there a particular one that really comes to mind?
And it's one that so many people will have heard about because it wasn't just national news, it was international news, and that's United Airlines. I mean, it was truly shocking, actually, wasn't it? I mean, it was, when you first read the story in the paper, you maybe had a little smile and thought, gosh, that's incredible. When you saw those pictures of that guy being pulled from the aircraft I just, with blood coming from, and I think he was a doctor, wasn't he, Claire?
Yes, that's right.
It's just unbelievable. And I think if ever there was one case that actually proved that a company just hasn't got one of their policies right, that was it. It was truly shocking. It really was. And you know, I also also resonate quite a lot with the old lady in the foundation in the. I can't imagine why, but yeah, that seems to work for me, because I think we've all had, well, not everybody, but you do have instances where you think, gosh, I can't really believe she said that, and you go out and you think, did she say that? Yeah, I think she did. Oh, well, I won't go there again, and that's the thing, isn't it? And you tell all your friends.
So really, Catherine, thank you so much for your intervention in this live book launch. It was really interesting. I think it interested many people, and I'm going to display the comments in a few seconds. It was a pleasure having you here. We wish you the best of luck in your next tries, in your next mystery shopping adventures. And you have the last word if you want to.
Well, I want to wish Claire all the very best. I know she doesn't need my good wishes, because she's gonna, whatever she takes on next in her career, she's going to do well at it. But I wish you all the best, Claire.
Thank you, Dan. Thank you.
Thank you for being here, and bye-bye.
See you soon. Bye.
Okay, so I promised I would show some comments, because there were so many. And actually, so you had DK, who is again complimenting you, but he cannot get the book, so that won't do. How can he get it?
So DK, was it perhaps it's because it's the I wonder, because it's the UK, the .co.uk link that I've shared. Let me just share.
If you just type Claire Bosk Scott's name in your Amazon service,
Yeah.
I'm sure you can find it. Or the Secret Diary of Mystery Shopper. I'm sure you can find it in your own country. It's normal. You should have it. And if not, isn't there a way to get the hard copy from your website, Claire?
Yes, let me just if I do this in maybe India. Look, I've got a link here from Amazon India. Let's see. Perhaps you may be able to get it on that link. Otherwise, DK, I am actually giving out free books. Yes, you've heard, free books. You only have to pay for the shipping. Hard copies of the book as well. You know, you can't have non-signed copies. And if you just click on my on the book page on my website, then on claireboscott.com, then you will get the link for the free book. You just pay for the shipping, and then I'll send you the book over the post.
Oh, that's lovely. And he was really excited about mystery shopping, DK. He said you really need to have a session with Claire, and he would love to be associated. So yes, I think you definitely have a new partner joining you soon. He thinks it's brilliant. And what else did I want to show? Not this link. Okay, he is going to try it. And I think actually the best way is indeed that he should pay for the shipping and get the book, and that would be perfect.
And you'll even have my signature on it.
So now, people, it's time for our second giveaway. Just before we welcome our third and final guest, who is passionately waiting in the studio. I can see him waiting, and he's already commented in the comments in private chat. So we're going to welcome him in a few minutes. But just before that, we have to do the drawing of the names for the second prize. And this second prize, yes, is, as I said, a bottle of Claire's own perfume. So that's really a great price. I think it's sold at $45, which is a great price. So actually, for the moment, the people I've entered in the random selection generator are Christina, DK, and Tim, because I think they were the only 3 ones who commented since the beginning of the second prize session. So I hope I haven't forgotten anyone. Please tell me before I do the drawing if I've forgotten you. And I'm back onto the screen. As you can see, I have added these 3 names, Christina, DK, Tim.
Yes.
And so the suspense is really tense because 1 out of 3, that's not much. So I think you're excited, people. And let's do this thing. I random select, and here it goes. And it's Tim.
Woo!
Tim, you are getting a bottle of perfume. I hope you're really, really excited.
I hope you're excited, Tim. I think it'll be a little present for somebody.
Yeah. And I hope you can comment in the send a personal email to Claire. And again,
I know how to find Tim.
I have prepared everything. I forgot to put the banner on. So that was the second giveaway, people. And the contact for Claire is contact@thebusy.queenbee.com to give her some details about where she can ship the perfume. So I can officially announce that we are going to welcome our third guest. And while we do that, and while we are commenting, you are officially entering the third prize, which is the biggest of all. So I'm letting some mysterious event about details about this third prize. I'm just first welcoming our next guest. Will that be okay? And let's check the comments because Tim says, let a female have a chance. That's lovely, Tim. That's very nice of you. And as Claire says, I'm sure you can give it as a nice gift to someone. You won, Tim. The fate said that you had won, so that's yours to get.
Exactly.
And that's lovely.
All the support you've given me, Tim, over the last few weeks with your new challenge and your new website and on Channel I. It's been, you've had. It's been amazing. So I'm so pleased that it was you who was getting it, the chance.
And so now we're going to welcome our third guest, a man we do love, don't we, Claire? He's Bob Huey, ID Man. I love this title. Author of Make Me Feel Special. Hello, Bob.
Hello, ladies. How are you?
Hi, Bob.
Oh, it's lovely to hear you.
It's great to meet you, too.
Can you tell us where you are talking to us from?
I am in Alberta, Canada. I'm actually northeast of Edmonton, Alberta. Edmonton is the capital.
What time is it?
What's that?
What time is it? It's your place. Yeah, what time is it?
8:40 in the morning.
Oh, it's not
okay. So
not bad.
Yeah, it's not like getting up at 3 in the morning for something,
Oh, yes. No, I would have not. We would have not gone that far.
Well, I would have. If you had asked, I would have done it.
Oh, thank you. It's amazing to have you. Oh, there's Paul here saying, Bob, great to see you here as well.
Yes, it's in the comments. And of course, we all love you. We all saw you many times on stage. And you're here, Paul, because you're also an expert in the customer experience. And so when Claire asked you, please, can you comment? Can you be here? Can you read my book? You also immediately said yes. So thank you so much for being here, Bob. And for accompanying Claire's book launch. Okay, so we have a few questions for you.
You do.
How did you?
I might even have an answer.
Sorry, it's the time lapse. Yes, the connection and the time lapse is a bit difficult to manage from where we are. But the first question I wanted to ask you, Bob, is how you came to be a master or an expert as such at customer experience. Can you tell us?
Yes, actually, I can. I used to be in the kitchen design business, and as I got creative in telling people what I did, I used to say I make women happy for a living, and their husbands would pay me for it. And people would usually laugh, just like Claire just did. And because that's the end benefit of what I did. If I did a good job and created a kitchen of her dreams, she was happy, and the husband was happy to pay for it. And so I started sharing ideas on that level with other people in our industry in terms of this is how you build your business. This is how you build a long-term business. Because I actually measured, and over a 5-year period, every single client on average gave me two more clients because of
That's great.
because I took care of them and I followed up with them and I kept in touch with them. Nowadays, if I was doing it, I'd make sure they had my web page and stuff. But in those days, I did little things like I created stickers with my name and phone number and stuff, and put it on the sides of drawers. So that you pulled it out, they go, "Oh yeah," because they'd have somebody over. Say, "I love your kitchen. Who did it?" "Oh, I don't. Oh yeah, this guy." And the phone number right there. So it does cost me hardly anything, but it was just a nice little touch. Or the other thing that I did. Because back in those days, we had what they called face frame cabinets, where you had a frame and then the door was attached, so there was a bit of a space around the edge of the door you could see. Now they're all done European style. But I used to get little 1 inch by 3/4 inch by 3 inch brass plaques made, custom designed for Mr. and Mrs. Smith by Bob Huey, kitchen design specialist, or later certified kitchen designer. And I'd come in after we finished the kitchen. And I'd walk around, and I go, "Oh, I forgot something." And I'd watch the lady freak. Because she'd go, "What do you mean you forgot something? What do you mean you missed something?" And then I'd go over and I'd pull this out and I'd put it on and I'd shine it. "Okay, now we're done." It's kind of like an artist shining his paintings, It just is a fun little thing that I did that created more business. And again, it was service oriented because it made them feel special.
Exactly, and that was going to be my next question, but actually you answered it. Oh my, I'm hearing myself in somebody's computer. Who is it?
That's it, it's gone.
I don't know.
And my next question was, why is it so important? And actually you answered it by saying that it is to make them special.
Clients, and they feel special, they will take that feeling out into the real world and tell their friends. Because it's not, and I guess part of it, and I use the term clients because that's what I actually did in the one book, Make Me Feel Special. The difference between clients and customers are people who buy from you. They may or may not come back and buy again. But a client is somebody who's under your protection, somebody you take care of. It goes actually to the old English thing where you had a lord or a king, and they had clients that were people that were under the protection of that king or that lord. And that's the concept of taking care of them. And so if you make them feel special, they tell their friends. And that builds your business.
And I love that. And that really joins what the quote that Claire put in the chat, which is, if you aren't taking care of your customers, your competitors will. So that's good to think about them, but it's also to avoid the competition coming over.
Well, and that's one of the key issues of being in business and staying in business is keeping in touch. Because very often what happens is people don't go away, they just get ignored, and you forget them, and they need something, and they forget who you are, so somebody else takes care of them. But it's interesting on that quote. That quote has literally grown legs. It's shown up on the walls in Johannesburg, South Africa. One of my speaker friends down there showed me a picture of him in the Bob Huey training room, and that quote was actually on the wall. That was all that was on the wall, was just that quote. It's been in Fortune magazine, it's been in Inc., it's been in Fast Company. Brian Tracy had a list of 10 sales quotes, and that's the number 2. His was number one, mine was number two. But just again, because it resonates with people. If you don't take care of your customers, somebody else will.
Exactly.
They have choices.
And that brings me to actually the third prize, because I told our audience that we were going to have the draw for the third prize. And so we've already some contestants who entered the draw without knowing what the prize was going to be. And now here it is. So it's really in relationship to what you're saying, in keeping to what you're saying, because it's actually a one-to-one that Claire is offering. And it's a one-to-one either of mystery expertise consultancy or a coaching, because we know how Claire is really an expert on many, many kinds of coaching, right? So really, if you want to enter this prize, people, just comment below in the chat boxes, either on YouTube or on Facebook, and we will draw among the people commenting, we will draw a winner. And that really, really is a winning, a great prize, worth a bit less than $200, okay? It's $188 if you want to speak about the details, but actually it's just worth it to have just our Claire, our national Claire, on the phone or on Zoom, right, for a one-to-one session. So
there you go.
That's lovely.
That's worth it. That's a good prize.
Exactly.
So hang out with Claire.
So just type your comments, can be anything, and you can win. You can win this prize. So let's go back to you, Bob. So you started training as when you sold these kitchens, all the kitchens, and then it improved, right? Because now you're beyond that time, that period. What has changed? What has remained? Can you compare the beginning of your career to today, to where you're standing today?
Well, I think the big difference between then and now, then it was very localized. I was working in Calgary and then in Vancouver, doing the kitchen design and whatever, and was doing. Actually, I did fun things. I put together a book called How to Remodel Your Kitchen and Stay Married, and I would do an in seminar in the showroom, and inevitably we'd have maybe half a dozen couples come, and I'd explain to them what was involved in doing a kitchen and some tips, so that if you're going to design your own, here's what you need to look for. And inevitably, at least one or two of them would say, this seems to be a lot more work. Could you help us with that? I go, of course. But now my market is a little more global. And of course, now, more recently, in the last 6 months, my market is this little rectangle in front of my face here. So it's been a change. It's been a change. And then again, it changed 6 months ago and 5 months ago and 4 months ago, as we moved into the pandemic, in terms of understanding that, and I'll tell you honestly, I actually went through a period where I felt a little bit depressed because everything was being canceled. Going to Singapore was canceled. Going to Barcelona was canceled. Where Claire was going to come, we had to cancel that event. Going to Paris was canceled. Going to Stuttgart was canceled.
We all went through that stage, that terrible stage.
Because we were in not full lockdown, but pretty much lockdown. And there was nothing open other than grocery stores and hardware store and a drugstore and a gas store, although you didn't need much gas because you weren't going anywhere. And I was actually starting to feel a little depressed until I rethought. I went back to what I teach in this is what is the benefit? What does you actually provide? And I thought, okay, I can't travel, but my ideas still can. So then I embraced what we're doing in Zoom and have been having all sorts of fun doing events like this, or summits, or being interviewed all over the place, and even doing speaking. I'm negotiating with a fairly large firm in the Saudi right now about doing a series of virtual presentations for their team, and they found me on my website. So business has changed. But perhaps it's changed for the better because now it's a wider market.
It has pushed us to try some new techniques and some new ways, and it has helped us move forward, actually. So I think we can take good good
and that's
advice
what I
from
tell
that
people
moment.
is we're not going back to normal. We're going to the next new thing, which is going to be the normal. And this is it for now. So,
And I think about customer service as well, and the experience that people have had over the last 5 months, it made everybody think more. It made businesses think that they need to take care of their employees, they need to take care of their customers, they need to rethink about how they put them in the middle of their business and be more customer centric when they're thinking about their business.
and the nice
I
thing
have a
about it
request,
is,
Bob.
what's that?
We are listening our voices through your own devices as an echo. Could you just maybe lower your sound a little bit so that you can still hear us, but that it's less
On my mic or on
echoing? I think
my
it's
mic or on
working.
my speaker? Hang on. Let me just do this. I'll
Yeah.
see if this works. If I put the microphone this end, then maybe
The headphones should work.
Yeah. Then I can still hear you. But
Yes.
there we go.
And that's much better. Thank you so much. And you look like a DJ with this on.
Well,
and so my next question, Bob, was about the book, because let's go back to the book. We have only 10 minutes left, my dear friends.
Oh my goodness.
So let's go back to the books. I'm sure you've read it. What did you think about it? And which parts did you prefer?
Well, I enjoyed it. And I think the thing that I enjoyed the most was the stories. I mean, I love the teaching and the suggestions and tips and stuff, because I do that in my books too. But one of the things that I've learned is people really relate to the stories, and I did. Like, for example, Claire's daughter going into the bathroom and the light going off because she was short. People don't think about stuff like that, and that's like a real thing. And this is the aspect of customer service, is looking at all aspects of what you do to take care of your clients. And obviously they learned a lesson that day, and hopefully they changed it to adjusting it so that it would work for shorter people. And I love little stories like that. I could imagine her as I can't remember, I think you said she was 7 or something at that time, sitting in there in the dark going, "What, mom, what do I do?" I could just totally imagine that. But you see, that anchors the story, that anchors the teaching you want to get across to your readers, to say you need to take care of your clients. You need to think about as little things like what happens when they go in the bathroom. And I'm the same way, Claire. When I go into a place, if I walk in the bathroom and it's really messy, it forms an impression for me on the place, the people, and and sometimes even the food. So, and I'm sure I'm not the only one. There's a lot of us that evaluate. I mean, they do that. It was just recently there was something on Facebook. Somebody locally here had the cleanest bathrooms in Alberta, and I don't know how they got that, but they had a picture of their bathroom and said, "We're the cleanest bathrooms in Alberta," which says something about their commitment to cleanliness and service. So I love the stories. That kept me engaged. I loved what she was sharing, because a lot of what she shares are the same kinds of things that I think.
And do you have a personal story you could share too that could relate to this mystery shopping experience or customer experience?
Well, lots of times I'll do that. I'll give you one as a different take. A lot of times when you're looking for mystery shopping, you're looking for things that need to be fixed. But sometimes you look for things that are exceptional.
Yeah.
I remember going, it was in Red Deer, which is about halfway between here and Calgary, and a bunch of us went out for dinner at this restaurant, and there was one waitress, because they weren't anticipating, it was middle of the week, and they weren't anticipating any big business. And so there was like 20 of us. And she hustled her butt. She worked so hard, and things were coming out and it was slower and whatever. And so I found out her name, and I wrote a note, and I went and gave a note to her boss saying, "This lady needs a raise, because she's amazing. Wow. She is doing an amazing job for you and your business." So, I mean, we can look for the things that need to be improved, which is good, but also look for the things that are strong, that are working, because that's the thing you can
exactly.
build on. Because
Yeah.
when people walk away, they do one of two things. They talk about something they didn't like, or they talk about how they got felt. Here's another thing back from when I used to be in the restaurant business. I used to teach my wait staff when a couple comes in, if it's a man or a woman, cater to the woman. If a couple come in with kids, cater to the kids. Ask the kids what they want first. And there's a reason behind that, because for the man and the woman on a date or just going for dinner, if you cater to the woman, it makes the man feel special because you're catering to his wife or his girlfriend or whatever. And the same thing with the kids. They love their kids, even though their kids may be acting up and being a pain in the butt. But if you cater to them, they go, oh, look at this. They really appreciate my kids. And they walk away with a better feeling.
Mm.
That's
Yeah.
really lovely. That's sweet. That's sweet. I love this story. Bob,
It will take
so
people on an emotional level. Sorry,
So-
Natalie, I just want that relationship, isn't it? It's because you're connecting with the customers on an emotional level.
Yeah.
That's what makes that difference. And you know, that's the trick for any businesses. Connect with your customers and your employees on an emotional level, and they will love you for it.
exactly. It can diffuse the worst situation, really sympathizing, sharing emotions, and I think that works. That's the key. I think it's time for this last draw.
We're almost finished.
I know.
Yes, we must finish. It
So quick it's
flew.
gone.
Say time flows in good company, and of course we had a great company today with our guest Sue, the mystery shopper, Bob, and all the guests that were present in the chat. Thank you so much for interacting with us. So I want to be sure I haven't forgotten anyone for the last row. So I've selected DK, Paul, and Christina. Shall I add Tim? But Tim's already won. So shall I add Tim to the draw? That's up to you. Yeah.
Well, you can add him, and then we'll if him again, we'll ask him if he wants to do it or pass it on to somebody else.
I think he already wanted to pass the second draw. Maybe he wants to pass on this one. I'm not sure.
Maybe Tim will give it to Christina.
Yeah, that's it.
Exactly.
Or Paul, and Paul can give it to his wife.
Yeah. And they loved it. No, Tim wants to join. Okay, Tim, I'm adding you, Tim. You deserve to be here with us. Okay, I'm adding you to the draw. And so I'm sharing the screen again for the final moment. So Bob, you're sharing this moment with us.
That's okay.
Drum roll.
So you see I've added, so I have DK, Paul, Christina, and Tim.
Actually,
I hope
shall we just put everybody into the everybody who was here
from the beginning.
Yeah.
I'm not so sure. I still have them. Let me check.
So there was Lisa was there.
No,
Lisa.
the coach. I'm afraid I might forget someone.
Yeah,
if I do that, I'm
Lisa.
afraid I might forget someone.
Lisa.
And we have only 2 minutes left.
Okay.
If you, or maybe I can look up the last comments because I know I've put them.
Lisa, Leza.
Yeah.
Lisa
Have
is
you written down? Oh yes, I found it. Hold on.
And then Anna was here as well.
I can't select them. So down, Christina.
Evie.
I'm sorry, but Christina was already in. I'm afraid this is going to make us late, right? You assume this.
That's fine. We'll give her another couple of minutes.
Yeah.
Lisa gives everybody a chance to.
Gilles, Sarah, Anna, Lisa. Sarah,
Anna and Lisa.
Is that fine?
Yeah, that's perfect. And at least everybody who was here can get a chance to get the big prize. Woo!
Okay, are you ready, people? I'm throwing the dice, figuratively speaking. Random select. Oh, it's searching, and that's Ella. Ella, who was at the beginning of the show. She's winning this prize. And again, that's a one-to-one session, so which is a lovely, lovely prize. I want to particularly say to Christina, who was an amazing attendant, how much thank you for sharing enthusiasm, commenting throughout this show. You were a fantastic participant, Christina. So for me, you get the medal of the best participant in this show. That's not much, but you have all my consideration. I hope you're not too disappointed.
Natalie, what about just to say, as Christina you've given her the show star. How about I send Christina some chocolate bees?
That would be lovely, wouldn't it, Christina? I hope you really, really love treats, because chocolate bees, that's something you can't find in a supermarket, right?
To thank you for being such a great Christina. You'll get some chocolate bees. I'll put some in the post for you.
I love it. The comments are just sweet, Christina. That was so nice of you, Uncle Bob. We all call you Uncle Bob, right? Thank you. DK said, okay, and Paul is laughing, and DK said, okay, there's no competition. If I win, Christina, I will give it to you. That's lovely. Well done, Claire, said Trisha, who arrived too late to participate. Trisha, I'm so sorry. Thank you.
I'll be posting.
Okay, congratulations. Oh, she deserves chocolates. Okay, everybody agrees that she does deserve chocolate. Fantastic guest. I'm so glad I participated. Yeah, that's the spirit. She's happy about the chocolate. You can see that. And you got the best gift. Okay, obviously, we're all chocolate lovers here, so we can just relate to that. So, Bob, we are going to say goodbye to you so that we can leave Claire with the last word. It was lovely having you in the studio. As always, you're very interesting to hear. And
My
thanks.
pleasure.
Have a great day.
Great to be part of your launch.
Thank you,
so
Bob.
much.
Thank you very much.
So now, Claire, we are 2 minutes past the delay. We said, oh, we're going to close at 5 minutes. All right, that's all right. We had a great time. I had a great time. I don't know about you. You're going to tell us. And so I'm leaving you with the last word.
Thank you so much. I can't thank you enough for being here. You haven't even drunk a sip of water. You're going to be passing out in a minute. So thank you so much, Natalie, for being here, sharing that moment and doing an incredible job. Look, there you go. It's cool. So yes, so if anybody wants to, have somebody to MC their events, just please contact Natalie. She's amazing and she's a book author.
It's the first time ever I did an MC job, right?
Well, it looks like you've been doing that for much longer, and you're very comfortable in how you do it, and you'll make people, talk. And this is not everybody has that ability to do that, Natalie. So it's really amazing, and you've got some incredible. And Natalie's actually called the Business Enchantress. If anybody wants to know what a business enchantress is, we'll put. How about put your website here in the comments?
That's in the comments.
If you want,
concentrate on your last words.
Well, it's just lovely. You've been amazing, and it's such a pleasure to know you. Thank you so much. Thank you everybody who came, who's been watching. For those who are actually going to be watching the replay afterwards, I'm so grateful to everybody, the support that I've had from, over the last 5 months. We've all had such an incredible time. And I'm excited about the new book. I'm going to do, following the new book, there's obviously, we talked about the online courses. I'm delivering a new keynote. New keynote presentation, which will be the Secret Diary of a Mystery Shopper. This is going to be quite exciting as well. So being on stage and telling some of the stories, I may have a hat, I may have a bit of music in the background. So lots of exciting stuff coming up. And, you know, I live to help businesses to deliver exceptional customer experiences. So this is, you know, if I can help, you know where I am. This is something that is really deep inside me, and I've got a real big burning desire to help more people. And being able to do it online now across the world is just an amazing thing. So thank you for your support. Thank you for being here. Shall we put the video, put the book trailer?
Yeah, sure.
Just to
I
finish.
was thinking I was showing the very last comments because they were really lovely to us both. That's me. I'm not going to put my comment. That's lovely. You were great guests, great participants, and I'm going to end with your video again, because that was really lovely to start with it, to end with it, and when it's over, we're going to be away.
Okay.
Thank you, people.
Thank you,
Claire.
Claire.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
True customer service stories through the eyes of a secret shopper. The good, the bad, and the exceptional. Learn how setting up a mystery shopping program you can improve your employee performance, deliver exceptional customer experiences, and have a thriving business.